Hello, everyone. So my name is Michael Tjavle, PM on the Power Virtual Agents team. And today we'll give you a brief overview of Power Virtual Agents and show you how easy it is to create a bot with a design UI. Specifically, we're going to target on the crisis response situation that we're all now collectively and globally find ourselves in. Can we have Salem and Renato introduce themselves?
Hey, I'm Salem, and I'm a developer on the Power Virtual Agents team. I was also part of the COVID initiative, basically, on the Power Virtual Agents team. And today we'll also demo for you how easy it is to kickstart a COVID bot using the Power Virtual Agent tool.
So, hi everyone, my name is Renato Romão. I'm PVA community founder. I'm post some answers inside the community. If you have any question, please let me know. I post a lot of videos in Portuguese in my YouTube channel. If you have any questions, please subscribe my channel.
Thanks, Renato. Okay, so let's dive right in. So at Microsoft and across the industry in general, we've been on a digital transformation journey for many years, and we know that the single greatest driver of digital transformation are from the people of your organization. So we focused on building technology offerings that empower people to accelerate digital transformation, to enhance productivity, and to deliver the services your customers need. And so to do this, we've combined the capabilities of 4 services into a unique low-code development platform called the Power Platform. And the platform offers advanced capabilities, but it's designed to be approachable and accessible to those in the best position to identify transformative applications of these capabilities. So that is those who work on the front lines of a business or of an organization. And so the key goal of the Power Platform is to empower citizen developers, so people who don't necessarily have a developer background, but who are the knowledge and content experts who know the domain. And so we've taken this principle into the chatbot space with Power Virtual Agents. As part of the Power Platform, Power Virtual Agent offers easy integration into flows, into hundreds of data connectors. And PVA is a no-code SaaS offering. We're built on top of Bot Framework, so you can benefit from a no-cliff experience by leveraging capabilities like skills and connecting into cognitive services. So when building chatbots, historically there's been a direct dependency for content subject matter experts to have access to developers and scientists, which means that if you needed to update, for example, just a single sentence in a chatbot response, you'd need to get the ask on the schedule of the engineering team. And so what we set out to do with Power Virtual Agents was to enable the people who are closest to the content, those who best understand the end users, to easily create bots using this guided no-code graphical interface, and then without the need for developers or data scientists. It's part of our broad initiative to democratize AI, so meaning bringing the power of advanced AI capabilities to a much broader audience of users. And with Power Virtual Agents, you can engage with your customers and employees conversationally. It lets you get started quickly and then continuously improve. And as the bot gets used, you start to see some traffic on the bot. You then have the option to look at metrics and insights, so you can see how your users are benefiting or from the bot and where they might be failing. And that can help you tell you something about which topics you might want to build next, which topics you want to improve on. And if there are topics that are never accessed, you could consider either changing them or removing them. You can also connect to your backend systems with a few clicks using one of the connectors that come with a Power Platform. Or as I mentioned, you can through APIs or custom workflows using Flow, and with a full Power Bot framework, just a few clicks away. So when the COVID-19 pandemic broke out a couple of months ago or recently, we set up a response initiative across the Power Platform. It quickly became clear that many organizations, they were struggling to keep up with increased demand for critical services all around the world. And at the same time, everyone was adapting to a complex new work environment where most of us are working remotely. So not being able to sit together to make decisions and help customers. So we started working directly with partners all around the world to bring the value of the low-code platform to the people who needed it the most. And we set up an offer of PVA free for 6 months for healthcare, education, government, and nonprofit organizations that are working on the COVID-19 response. Today, many partners are building chatbots on top of PVA to ensure easy access to the information that their audiences need. And these chatbots, they can then do a vast variety of things. They can automatically handle routine tasks and answer questions at scale, which in turn then frees up staff and resources to focus on more complex tasks where their skills and attention may be better applied. So chatbots provide honestly a fantastic interface for interacting with your key audience using conversations as an interface, which makes it for a very engaging experience. It's more engaging through persona building and an intuitive multimodal interface. It facilitates access to services and information. It can improve organizations' cost, scale, and reach by enabling experiences that are available anytime, anywhere. And as you're building your chatbot experience, the first thing to think about is to make sure you fully understand the needs of your audience. What are they looking for? What are their pain points? Why are they reaching out to you? Understanding your audience, of course, that also influences the tone and persona you can build into the bot to make sure that your users are fully engaged in the experience, like something they really can connect with. And then identify the key topics, the functionality that are relevant to your audience. So for a COVID-19 bot, for example, this may include topics like emergency contact information or advisory specific to your organization. We know that things are a little different from company to company, from organization to organization. So anything that's relevant to your specific organization is helpful to have. But also general public health information and guidelines, preventive measures, and just general frequently asked questions that your audience are likely to ask about. And so as you'll see in a moment, if you have online resources available, you can automatically integrate those into the bot experience. And then you build out the conversation. So think about how you structure the conversation so that it feels like a normal conversation with an intuitive flow. And so think about how you best guide your users to the information and the services you have available while keeping your users engaged. Mm-hmm. And to give you an example of how to do this, I'll
cadê a imagem?
A imagem é essa. O cara tá falando.
All right. So to give an example of this, I'll hand it over to Salem, who will walk you through the bot authoring experience and show you our COVID-19 sample bot. So I will.
Hey everyone. So I'm going to quickly show you a demo of how to kickstart a bot. So this basically started as and went to a bigger effort within the PVA team. And the first thing that came to mind is like, how do we want to leverage all the content that is out there? Because we don't want to go and basically type in ourselves like if people needs to wear a mask or what are the guidelines these days, right? There's already questions and answers out there in websites, right? Reliable websites that we can use and leverage to bring into the PVA bot, right? So I went ahead and created a new demo here, like a webinar COVID bot to demonstrate this. So I did clear out all my topics because the inbuilt topics are mostly sample topics that come with the bot. So I went ahead and deleted the user topics that came with it. And I know that the CDC website actually has pretty good information on about the COVID pandemic that's happening right now, right? Like if I need to wear masks, if basically what are the guidelines to do things like that, to basically wear gloves in the community or not, and things like that. So what I want to go do ahead and basically add, we have a functionality called suggested topics. So what it does is you give it a web page and it will crawl the web page mostly it's FAQ pages, right? So we'll crawl these FAQ pages and extract out the questions and the answers from these pages and build them into nice, well-established PVA topics. So I'm going to go ahead and I use that CDC FAQ page to start this process. So this will basically start in the background, and it'll take probably a couple of minutes, 1 or 2. And this in the background is basically right now crawling this website for these questions and answers and basically formulating them into nice established topics, PVA topics here. Let me give this a couple of minutes here. And I mean, in the meantime, we can also show you what we did. So if we don't think that this is enough, basically, the topics that are getting right now being crawled on, they cover a small, some sort of a sample size of what the questions might be for this bot, right? There's always more questions being out there that are being asked. So we added actually a nice preview system right now in our PVA that is basically called a fallback system topic. So what does that mean is once the bot does not actually understand what the query was, it'll go ahead and trigger the fallback topic, and the user can do whatever they want in the fallback topic. I mean, the user being the person who's basically building this bot. So if you go to the fallback topic here, we'll see that we're going to see that we have access to the trigger phrase or the user's query that basically wasn't being able to recognize in our bot based on all the topics we created. So I went ahead and created some action called contact Bing, right? So what this action will do, actually, let's go deep dive into this action for a bit. What this will do is it will call actually a Power Automate flow that basically takes in the user's query. It will take in the user's query and it will go contact Bing search and return back, at least right now I said up to 4 search results, and it will really format these search results into some nice format to display it on the PVA topic. This is how basically I'm iterating over all the search results and appending to a string to basically format that string back to the PVA topic. And then what we're returning back to the virtual agent is if we found the results and the search link basically that came back from Bing. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to my fallback topic. And I know that I have the query trigger that basically wasn't recognized by the bot. And that will fit right in here. So that will help us basically save our bot from not recognizing the intents or the topics that we're adding to our bot. So I saw that the suggested topics ended. So I can go ahead and see here, okay, so it did extract, for example, what is on whose view on masks, right? So we can come here and see, okay, so this is actually a question and this is the answer. So that crawling basically worked for me, right? So I can go ahead and add this to my topic right now. So anything that is suggested is just basically a suggested topic. The bot is not aware of it right now. It's just for us to basically review these and see if we need to make changes or not. And by default, when you're importing it, it's also turned off. So basically you still have more time to basically trigger check if everything's correct. Okay, I see like, okay, this is good, but maybe I don't want just this trigger phrase, right? This trigger phrase is probably not that great. So maybe I can add more stuff there, right? So I can say, should I wear a mask? Is a mask required, right? And I go ahead and save this topic. So now if I go back to the topics here and turn it on, you can see like, should I wear a mask? You can see here, right? It did trigger this topic, right? And this is, it just took what, 3 minutes, and I have now a bot that basically recognizes if people should be wearing masks or not, and it got the information from a very reliable source, right? For our bot, what we did is, I mean, this is prepended with who. Some of the FAQs are not prepended. So what we did is we got this answer from this reliable source like CDC or WHO. And we said, okay, from WHO, basically, this is the requirement that they're saying to do, right? And what's nice as well is you don't have to basically import each one at a time. We have this bulk import right now feature. So all these basically were imported, right? And then you can turn them on, right? But I see here that there's one topic that, I mean, is being asked quite a while for now is for pets, right? Are pets contagious or can they catch COVID, right? And you did see here that I did not add this as a topic right now. So, but I know that my fallback topic will go and consult Bing for these search results, right? So I can say, will pets are pets prone for COVID-19? Let me test that again. Will my pet catch coronavirus? Oh, that makes sense. I did not wire up the web results here. So let me do that and save this dialog. Will my pet have coronavirus? Right, and you can see here that the Bing basically came back with the format that I gave it and the flow, right? Basically the links and the search results that came back from Bing, and now the PVA can display these. So this is basically saving us from, if we did not add the right topic, we still have the bot serving content or solutions for the user there. So that's basically how you can quickly basically jumpstart into building a COVID bot. Any questions?
There have been a couple questions. One of the questions from Ben, one of our internal employees, was asking one of the primary differences from Q&A Maker, because what you showed might be easy to Q&A Maker, but I think it's the next pieces that you're going to show, Salem, that you can't do and you don't have access to Q&A Maker. But I don't know if you wanted to touch on that or not.
So the difference between this and a Q&A Maker, right, is Q&A Maker is basically a single turn, right? And this is very similar to a Q&A Maker, but you can basically go more in depth and build a more robust topic there, right? So you can ask more questions. You can basically dissect this one answer into multiple answers, right? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So it's not just one answer. You can build a more robust topic there. And let me actually show you. So this is basically this is a simple topic. We call these as simple topics, right? And I can go ahead and show you like what we actually did for our bot, right? So this is the COVID-19 bot that we basically built, right? And we actually partner up with Bing. So Bing has a really amazing system, right? That's basically crawling all these websites out there that basically keeps track of the numbers, right? Of the numbers of the COVID-19 cases out there. So we actually built a really nice topic that leverages that Bing API and leverages a bot framework skill to basically display the adaptive cards in a nice formatted way to show the user the amount of cases, the tracking basically cases per country and per state or city, depending on which country you are in. I'm going to go ahead and show you this. So how many? Actually, I'll use tracking here, but so So how many cases in United States? And you can see here, this is something that is very similar to actually Bing's COVID tracker, right? And you can see here that the bot actually did not ask for which city or which country I am asking for, because I mean, we have a question node that is basically asking which country you are, but because you already provided United States, right? It already extracted that for you. You can see here, it already extracted that for you and gave it to our skill system to basically understand, okay, based on where you are, go fetch from Bing the results, the numbers, format it into a nice adaptive card, and then show it back to the user. So now I know that the skill knew that, okay, you are asking about United States. So basically you have a state there. You're not going to ask for a city, but you actually want to ask for a state, because that's what Bing has. They have state-wide information. So it's actually like asking for which state I am. So I am in Washington, actually. So you can see here, right? It came back with numbers for Washington, and you can keep asking that. So that's also easy to wire up. You don't necessarily need a skill. You can also do it through a Power Automate flow. I use the skill just for the adaptive card, just to have a nice looking adaptive card. So actually also, just to tell, like, for you guys, like, the COVID bot that we actually built was we actually built like 3 topics, and the rest of the topics were actually from what I just showed you, which is the suggested topics. So it didn't take us a lot of time, right, to build the actual bot, the crux of the bot. It's just from the suggested topics page. We actually crawled Johns Hopkins, CDC, and WHO, and that's basically was the big bulk of our bot. The only thing that we added is to basically also showcase what PVK can do is the location-based stuff, right? But it is enough to basically just show that information. If you want to go even more in depth or more to be more of an expert in that PVA bot, yeah, I would recommend either using Power Automate Flow. I know that the Bing team is releasing an API for research purposes that basically you can leverage to showcase these numbers as well.
Yeah. All right, should we, do you have anything more for this, Salem? Should we hand it over to Renato?
Yep.
So Renato, go ahead and share.
Yeah. I will talk a little bit about my COVID-19 chatbot. If you, thanks Chuck and thanks Microsoft for this opportunity. If you have any questions, let me know. You can see my contacts here. And the agenda today, I will show a little bit my COVID-19 chatbot. The idea is to show how can I did the chatbot, and after I will show how can you build your chatbot, reproduce the same chatbot in your environment, in your customer. So the overview, I create this chatbot with 3 principal ideas. The first idea is to create a chatbot information to help more people, because during the pandemic, the quarantine, many people is afraid and don't know about the COVID-19 virus. And so the idea is to help people to understand the symptoms, to understand how can protect yourself, and another things. And the second idea is to understand better about the virus and the health problems when you are contaminated or no. So many people have symptoms like a fever or another symptoms. So the idea is to help people to understand better about the virus and the virus potential, and how can you protect yourself using the masks or another thing. And the third idea is to customize the chatbot, because Power Virtual Agents is a new tool inside the Microsoft Power Platform. And the idea is to share the knowledge about this tool in the Power Platform, and not only in the COVID-19 scenario, but you can do in your environment, in your customer, like a project manager chatbot, a leave request chatbot. So the idea is to share the knowledge about the Power Virtual Agents. So you can test, you can open this link, it's easy, bit.ly/pva-covid-19. And open and test. If you have any questions, if you have Any feedbacks, please let me know. And I create a simple video that you can test, and that user can test the chatbot. The user send a little message like, hi, good morning, good night. And the chatbot shows some messages and some options to the user, like which symptoms, how can you protect yourself, and another option. And I import some questions using CDC website, and the questions are showing the links, and the user can open and can understand better about the situation. And I create a new option inside this chatbot. It's to talk with a human, because many people is afraid and don't know about this job situation and company situation around the world. So the idea is to talk with people, and the users provide some information. And behind this conversation, I create a meeting inside the Microsoft Teams using Power Automate. And after users send the date, automatically the chatbot provides the link, and the user can join inside the meeting using the Microsoft Teams and open this link. And the organizer receives the same invite inside your Microsoft Teams calendar, and the organizer can see the details of this meeting, and can see the details of participants and the user, and can join this meeting. And the user receives the same invite inside your email and can join in this meeting. And the user can join this meeting too. So how can I did, which technologies I used to do it? I used 4 technologies. The first, it's Power Virtual Agent to talk with a user. Power Virtual Agent, it's a chatbot. We've provided some messages and some options to user select to understand better. I imported some questions inside the CDC website, and user can understand better about the situation. I used Power Automate to create a workflow behind the conversation to talk with a human, because when users select the option that I need to talk with a human, I create a workflow that calling the Microsoft Graph, and Microsoft Graph create a meeting inside the Microsoft Teams, and the user and the organizer can open and realize the meeting inside the Microsoft Teams. And I deploy the Power Virtual Agent inside the demo website using the Microsoft domain, and I deploy the same chatbot inside the Microsoft Teams in my company. And our users we can open the Microsoft Teams and talk with chatbot using Microsoft Teams too. And how can you build your chatbot? I will post after this webinar some videos that you can do the same chatbot inside your environment, your customer. If you have any questions, put your comment and send your comment or connect with me. And thanks. Question?
Thank you, Renato.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Are there any questions for Renato? Or I have just a little more to share.
Okay.
Whenever it goes up. One second, it's loading here. Let me know when you can see my screen.
I can see it. Looks great, Michael.
All right, perfect. Okay, so there we go. So I think, as I mentioned over the past couple of months, we've been working closely with a number of partners all around the world to bring the value and the power of PVA to their organizations. And one example is the government of India is one of our close partners. The MyGov platform is built as part of the Digital India initiative that was set up by the government. Oh. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Sounds great.
Okay. Ah, interesting. and so the goal of this platform is to empower people to connect with the government directly. And the chatbot obviously provides an ideal interface for doing so at large scale. And certainly with a population the size of India, you really need large scale. So they recently launched this Sati chatbot to help offload some of the search and requests to the government. And the bot supports a wide range of information and services, including where to get help both in general as well as locally. There are regional information that's relevant to only specific regions. They have posted things like professional advice by doctors. There's a lot of information about, similar to what we saw with the FAQ capabilities we put into our COVID bot, as well as what Renato has. So pointing to official sources and bringing them into the experience, as well as it's optimized and built with a persona and sort of personality that, and as well as just the UI in general that fits with the target users. Another partner is Barhead. They created Barhead is another partner of ours located in Australia. They built a COVID-19 bot called Rona, and it's built to help people in Australia get relevant information about COVID-19 and the coronavirus, and to help them understand how that impacts their work life. And so I'll show just one example here. So we'll share some links later, but you can see here how the PVA bot is embedded into the web page. And if you start by saying hi, by the way, so this is hosted in Australia, so latency is noticed. So you can give it a few options. And so this is where what I talked about earlier about sort of describing and building out the conversations, make sure it feels like a natural flow and that it's intuitive for your users to engage with. You can either just click the button or and so that they have here put on the website. Let me show you the Government of India bot, just located here. So as I told you, they've added some persona and personality to this. So you can get state level information. So just the first 3 letters. So if you want more local information. And the bot that Salem showed you is available here. We put a blog post out a few days ago. You can interact with the bot directly inside the blog post, and try out some of the capabilities that you saw. You saw sort of the inside of the bot. That was what Salem was showing. I don't know what's. Let me just refresh this.
And while Michael's refreshing that, it's probably worth noting the styling that he's actually done on this chat bot built to empower virtual agents. A lot of them you'll actually see that don't look like that, but you can overwrite most of those functionality to actually get the styling that you want. DeJounte actually did a couple of great posts on actually how to get that styling and the JavaScript tags you would use. So I give him a kudos already, but that bot looks amazing. So great job. Also, while we're going through, there's a couple other questions around HIPAA compliance.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you wanted to take that, or did you want me to take that, Michael?
Yeah, I can take that. And actually, that was the last I wanted to show here. So we'll share the links to those. HIPAA compliant, yes. So there was a question around. We have also there's an official CDC chatbot that was built with our healthcare team. PVA is not yet HIPAA compliant, so there's some constraints on what we can do in terms of what kind of patient data we can touch. But yeah, to answer the specific question, we're not yet HIPAA compliant. It's obviously something that all of a sudden has become much more important, so it's something we're working on.